Okay, so I'm going to show you how to do the angles from the floor, okay? So I'm going to be using my 55-inch. Look at that. Holy macaroni. Yeah, so I'm going to load them up, roll them, flush them from the ground, and leave it. Okay? So, again, start from the top, let the tube do the work. Okay, one side. Two sides. Roller on a super huge handle. Hold on. I think I need paper. Okay. I'm going to rip the end square. Okay. And what I'm doing is I'm creasing. So yeah, there, it's probably, you can see it better there. Okay. I'm just going to crease a bunch. Okay. And then I'm going to shoot it in the corner. Okay, now I can roll it. Roll out. Roll out. Roll out. Now, usually I don't roll them, okay? But because it's so high up, I can't reach the paper to place it. And this is a custom house, so I'm honestly gonna roll every tape, like corner tape, right? Okay. And when you roll it, sorry, I just gotta take the water out of this handle. That's the only thing I don't like about this handle. It always fills up with water. But who cares? It does the job. So now, when you roll it, putting the paper like that, the paper's dry. So rolling it sets it and it makes it nice and square. That's the difference, okay? If I don't roll my paper tape, when I use my angle head, it cuts the corner tape. It cuts the tape because the flusher leaves it a little bit round in the corner, okay? If I was using the angle head, I'd have to roll it anyways, but I'm just saying I could get away with a flusher for the tape, and then if I'm rolling it, I can use the angle head to finish it without damaging the paper. So now, okay, I use the flusher to clean the ceiling, okay? Then I go down. Clean up a little bit. Beautiful. Okay. Same thing. First pass, not a lot of pressure. Second pass, I can push a little bit harder. Okay, now I'm pushing upwards to take all the wrinkles out of my tape. Okay, and clean the ceiling. Okay, now same thing with the bottom. Beautiful. Honestly, that is the easiest way to do big, tall ceilings, okay, from the ground, unless you're using the bazooka, which would be nice, but I'm going home, so I don't want to clean it, all right? But I mean, look at that. Look at that. That is square, clean. There's nothing to clean up there, okay? And there's no mud on the edges, okay? Same thing here. The ceiling, no mud up there, no mud on the edges to clean. I didn't even really have to touch that with a knife. Like, the only part I really want to make sure is good is the trim guy, the baseboards, right? So I'll show you a couple more, but it's all the same. All right, let me just set up. The only thing I didn't mention was if you don't want to leave mud on the ceiling when you're flushing it, that's the only thing you really got to keep clean is the flusher, because I'm using the flusher to clean the ceiling. I'm putting it in the top corner and just scraping it. So what happens is, I'll show you. What happens is when I'm using the flusher to scrape the ceiling, what happens is I get a whole bunch of mud right up in here, okay? So every couple of corners, maybe 2, 3, I just put it in the bucket, give it a shake, up, down, and it cleans the flusher so that when I do my next 2, 3 corners, I'm not leaving a big gob of mud up at the ceiling, Okay, when you're putting the tape on, you shouldn't have to clean your corners. If you do, you're putting too much mud or you're just not taking your time. Take your time. I don't even have a ladder up here or nothing. I'm just doing it because I'm going home. And even if I leave a little gobber up there, big deal, I'll just scrape it when I do the upper angles, all right? Now the upper angles, I think I'm gonna use the bazooka because this area here is 10 feet. And unless I use my compound tube or the bazooka, let me know in the comment section, which one would you prefer to see? Bazooka or compound tube? I'll wait till you guys leave the comments till I do it. Okay, so again, from the top, let the tube drop because it's heavy. It's easier for me to let the tube fall down than it is for me to push it up. Okay? So, once again, I got my roller, I got my flusher ready. So once again, you know, grease it. Pull a little bit of tape out. I like to make sure that this top piece is nice and square. Okay. And so what I like to do, okay, to keep the tape from folding back like that at the top corner is I crease it real good and I shove it in the mud in the corner just about 6 inches from the ceiling, and I stick it in the mud. Then it doesn't do that at the top of the ceiling, okay? So I make sure I'm sticking it up in the top corner, all right? Then, again, roly, roly, poly. And with the roller, I don't want to put a bunch of mud up on my ceiling, right? I really want to be careful with the roller. Don't touch the ground. Don't touch the ceiling. Okay? Like that. That's beautiful. Okay, so now this is the only time I prefer to wipe the floor, like wipe my angle to square it up on the floor, because if I'm doing all the angles in one day, I leave I don't finish on the floor. I start from the floor and leave it at the top. There's nothing up there, but if there is, I'm gonna be up there with my stilts taping the top anyways, so it gives me the chance to just clean up that corner, okay? So that's all I got for tubes and angles. So I'm gonna do all the stand-up corners in this whole floor. And tomorrow we'll do all the upper angles with the tube or the taper. Let me know, all right? And if I don't get a response, I'll wait a little bit and I'll do something else. I'll do the cathedral or something. All right, guys, have a good night.